What is up, guys? So this is Vinn number back. Um, Now I'm doing this video, and I'm not sure if I'm doing this before or after I release the game, my first game on the channel, Osiris, because I know on there at the beginning of it I said I was back, but we'll see. So I'm back, and I wanted to do a quick little vlog. I'm still not going to do face cam for a little while, mostly because I don't have a camera for this computer yet, and I can't exactly pull the camera out of my laptop. Well, I can, it just wouldn't be easy or practical. So, and I may eventually do face cam depending on how many requests I get to do it, but we'll see. In order to do so, I'm going to have to get me a new camera, and right now I can't afford to do that. So, for now, we're still doing face camless. I'm probably going to upgrade my audio solution at some point. Right now I'm just using a headset with a mic. It works for the time being. There's probably a lot of background noise, so I apologize for that. So for this video, I just wanted to talk about what games I may or may not be playing on the channel. So number one, I've already got a few games picked out that I'd like to play. A couple of them I'm not 100% sure I'm actually going to upload yet, or I don't think the channel might be ready for them yet. But I got a big selection of games. This is my Steam game library, and there's a lot of games in it. We're just going to kind of look through them, and then we'll probably play a few of them here and there. But some of the games I've already done on the channel, and I really don't want to have to redo games unless it's games that maybe I haven't finished. Now, I'm probably not going to go through the Resident Evil thing until I get to Resident Evil 8, until I can get Resident Evil 8 Village, because I've already done Resident Evil 7 on the channel. I did on the Xbox. Probably not going to do it again, unless I get a big request to do it again, but I don't see that happening. So I'm definitely going to be doing Resident Evil Village. That's going to happen. I just don't have the game yet. I've been avoiding watching anyone play it until I can get a copy and start playing for myself. Whether I get it on the Xbox or PC, I will be recording it and uploading it to YouTube. I probably will start doing live streams again. I don't care to do them on the Xbox. It's not really something I prefer doing, but unfortunately that's the only really way I can record games to the Xbox until I can get me a new capture card. Technically I can pull up my old Elgato, but I'm not sure how well that thing works anymore. But for now, I actually have done some recordings that you guys will be seeing. I'm going to be probably doing them a week in advance, meaning I've got, by the time you guys watch a video, I'll probably have already recorded the next version of that video, the next episode. So if you guys put any comments down requesting me to do something, I may not see it till the video, I may not do it until 2 videos later. So I apologize for that, guys. That's just how it's going to be for now. And the reason why I'm able to come back to YouTube this time, last time I came back and I was certain I was going to stay, and I apologize for that. I always am certain I'm going to stay whenever I come back, but this time's a little different. The reason why it's different is, for one, my schedule has changed because I got a promotion at work, a pretty big one, and it's changed my hours dramatically. And then on top of that, my wife also had her hours changed because she got a new job. And now we have contradicting schedules, meaning I have anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day to actually record, edit, and upload videos. Now, for now, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of editing, as you'll probably be able to tell from my videos, but I am using a software where I can pause and play to cut out some boring grinding and stuff like that. I'm using Bandicam. I've had Bandicam for a long time. I love that software. And if it wasn't obvious, I did get a new PC set up. I actually had a custom built rig from one of my family members. Actually, most of it was already put together. I had to get a power supply, hard drive, and graphics card put in it, but luckily I had all 3 of those things lying around. But he gave me a new motherboard, new case, new CPU, new RAM, all that good gravy. So I got a new build going on. I'm still going to be buying components for it. Once GPUs start shooting down in price, I'm going to be picking me up a new GPU. I do want to get a new CPU and motherboard. For now, this will work. I'm definitely getting a new fan for it, for sure, because the fan gets really loud. You guys will be able to hear it in the videos, and I don't like that. But we're going to fix that. For now, though, we're just going to stick with what we got, probably for a couple months, until my finances get straightened up and I can start buying new components for my PC. So we're a little behind on bills. Just had to pay almost $300 to get my water turned back on. That was fun. But for now, guys, let's see what we can do. Like, I'm wanting to show you guys my games so that way you guys can see if there's some games you'd like to see on my channel. Let's go ahead and, like, I keep mine fairly organized. There's a few I haven't organized, like 4 of them. But we're going to go ahead and go through here and start looking through all my games. Number 1, we got our first-person shooters. I've never done Borderlands on the channel, mostly because I've never been a huge fan of Borderlands. Like, back when it first came out, I played the crap out of it. Me and my brother played a whole bunch of it. Borderlands 1 and part of Borderlands 2. Like, we loved playing that game together. But he liked playing it so much, he burnt me out on it super hard. I've never played Borderlands 3, and I've only played a little bit of the Borderlands prequel. So, aside from that, we have Evolved Stage 2, which I've barely put any time into. Let's see. Yeah, 13 minutes. Like, I got it because a friend wanted me to play it, and at the time, my PC couldn't handle it. I'm not even sure this one could. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I know there's quite a bit of modability with these, because I know they were based off the Half-Life engine. So, I might be able to get into that and get some mods installed and stuff like that. I bought these games, and I literally have never played them on my PC. Like, I played them countless times on the Xbox, but I've never played them on my PC. So, that might be something fun we could do on the channel. In my adventure games, I have quite a few more of these because I like adventure or sandbox games. Those are my 2 favorite category of games. Korma, which I've actually put a little bit of time into. It's actually a very, 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 very early access game. I got it when it was really cheap. A friend of mine recommended it. He's like, hey, bro, there's this new really, really early access game you can get, and as they start developing it more, you can get into it. And as you can tell, they have been updating it. The last update was back in January, and the one before that was December. So they are updating it. Doesn't look like they've done an update in a few months, though, which is kind of worrisome. Then there's Creativerse. I played a little bit with my brother, like you can see, about 107 hours on it, but I don't know. There was something about it just wasn't a big fan of. I mean, maybe I can get into it more if I was playing it for YouTube. Maybe. But it's kind of like Roblox and Minecraft and maybe some Fortnite all mashed together into a weird game. I'm not sure. Human Fall Flat, I've put countless hours into it, and that's just what you see on the PC. I played it on 4 different consoles. I love Human Fall Flat. It's always been a fun multiplayer game that I play. I actually have a friend that said he wouldn't mind playing it with me, and I was like, hey, if you want me to leave you behind, because I know how to play this game fairly well. And they keep adding a lot of cool stuff. In fact, I think they just added this new forest world that I haven't seen. Oh yeah, that was added today. That's cool. That'd be a cool thing we could check out. Get into Human Fall Flat. I'm not sure if... I think I did it on the channel back when it was really early, so we might pull that up. Monster Hunter World, I put about 200 or 300 hours into it, and that's just on the PC. I've also played on the Xbox. I've done quite a bit. My main character is like way high in the monster rank and hunter rank and master rank. So, and I have the DLC for it. I played it before I started recording, and as you can tell, I put quite a few hours into this game. I love this game. Great game. I need to get Monster Hunter Rise for the Switch, and I want to do a recording of that. I just don't have it yet. And then there's Abe's Odyssey, Oddworld, Exodus, Munch's Odyssey, and Stranger's Wrath. I love all the Oddworld games. I bought them in a big bundle. I do love playing these games. I think I started doing this game on the channel, and I never finished it. So if that's something you guys would like to see, let me know. I have Planetside 2, which I've never really... Well, apparently I put 5 hours into it, so maybe it was a good game. That or I just loaded it up and just didn't play it. I don't know. I don't really remember this game, so I'm kind of surprised. Portal 1 and 2, I've beaten both of them. Portal 2 I beat twice, both in single player and once in co-op. And you may or may not remember that channel. I actually that video series. I actually played it with my wife's sister. It was a blast playing that game. We had so much fun. But if you guys like to see some more Portal, let me know. I think they have like maps where you can play of other players, so we might start a series of like playing on other people's Portal maps, which I think would be kind of cool. Sonic Adventure 2, I may or may not play that because Nintendo and Sega are assholes when it comes to copyrights, so we may or may not do that. But I do love Sonic Adventure 2, mostly because of the Chow or Chaos World. I can't remember which one it's pronounced, but you get these little pets that you can actually raise and transform, and they have like 9 different groups they can go through, and there's like 4. Well, hold on, 3 times the 9 different. Yeah, I think it's 9 different types, or it's 8. Let's just assume 8. 3 times 8 times 2. So there's like 60, 70 different transformations you can do. It just takes a little bit of time to get into them. That sounds like it could be fun. It's very time consuming, and we could do all the little games and stuff, and as well as the main story of Sonic, obviously. Super Fancy Pants Adventure. I've already done that on the channel. It was a fun game. Jack played it, and then I got into it really hardcore, and I loved it. They may have added more content, so I may look into it. Like you can see there, I put about 4 hours into it. These are little builder games. Bridge Constructor and Portal Bridge Constructor, both great games. I don't think I ever played the original Bridge Constructor, which might be fun. I like the Portal one because it adds that added difficulty of having to worry about portals and forward momentum and stuff like that. Turmoil, I played on the channel. I don't think I finished it on the channel, and I always wanted to go back and play the update of Turmoil, so I could do that if you guys are interested. And then we have card action games. I don't know if anybody remembers Brawl of Ages. That was like a really fun game for me when it came out. I am sad of how they updated it. They lost me once they updated it and made it so that way you can just get any of the cards you want right off the back, and it just lost all interest for me. I like games where you can take a card, bring it to life in the game, kind of like how Yu-Gi-Oh was, and then they actually do things for you based on what their actions are and stuff like that. Card games bore me unless they can do that. And then Minion Masters is a similar game to Brawl of Ages. It works very similarly. You place out a monster, and it walks across the other side, and they try to destroy the other player's thing. And this one, unlike Brawl of Ages, doesn't have it to where you can just get all the cards at once. You actually have to unlock them or buy them, and I think that's a much better setup. Plants vs. Zombies, I'm probably not going to do that on the channel unless I decide to play Plants vs. Zombies 2. I have a bunch of the Civilization games. I was trying to get into this game, so this is something you can do on the channel. It's a little more boring than what most people might want to see, but if you're interested, holler at me. Got Brawlhalla, which I know is kind of like a PC's version of Smash Brothers, which I am phenomenal at Smash Brothers. But this game, for one, I couldn't learn the controls very well, so it really didn't lend to my favor. I don't know if I did this game on the channel or not. I think I did. I'm actually not sure, but I actually played the crap out of this with my wife's sister. I don't think we did it on the channel, though. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look back. But I loved playing this game. This was a blast. You go through a world, you unlock weapons and armors and stuff like that, and you get to fight all kinds of zany characters and weird physics and stuff like that. It's just a blast. It's kind of got like Cuphead kind of graphics and styles like in the game, but maybe a little more comic booky. Gang Beast is another good multiplayer game. If I can get some people together, I wouldn't mind doing a few videos of Gang Beast on the channel. Super Hot, I know I've done on the channel, but if you guys would like to see that again, a buddy of mine actually has a VR headset, so if you guys want to see me doing a VR, I'll holler at him, see if he wouldn't mind loaning it to me for a few videos here and there. Then we have my MMO games, which I'm not a huge fan of MMOs. There's a couple I like. I played a lot of this. Because I started playing it with a group of buddies that were playing it, and they were like, hey man, you should play this game with us. And I got into it, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then I got to the later tier of the game stuff, and then I started like flushing the economy of the system. The only I figured out very quickly at that point that even doing the max like level of like, because you can do what's called cartels, I think, or what they are, where you can take resources from one area that you bought with money, and you can take it to another area that you actually have to transport it using vehicles, carriages, whatever, get it clear across the map, and then you sell it for more money. You're like a transporter for goods, and it was kind of cool. But then I found out that money was basically useless aside from a few in-game items, and it just wasted my time. I was just like, I'm so frustrated with this. Then I tried doing other things in the game, and it just got really boring. And then the guys quit playing it, so I was just like, well, fuck it. I ain't playing anymore. Digimon Masters is a popular one for me. I've put a lot of hours into this game. Gotcha. All right. So, as I was saying, guys, so we have this is Digimon Masters. I may have done a video on this channel, but I don't know if it's great for YouTube, mostly because if I was going to do it, I'd have to start all over. And this game requires a lot of grinding and stuff like that to actually get into the economy system. I may do a series on here about the economy system and, like, because I know how to play this game inside and out. And I may do, like, a recording of me, like, trying to do the economy system without spending a single cent to show players that they can do it. It's just very, very, very time consuming. Like, you see the hours right now, that would probably double if I tried to show, like, just to show you guys how to actually farm for the money in game. But if you guys want to see some Digimon Masters online, it is a fun game, and I can show you guys, like, the actual aspect of grinding and working your way up. I hate that they made it too easy for new players to get up to, like, level 40 or 50. Like, I think I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but they used to make it so that way you get special items that would boost you all the way up to level 40 or 50 characters, and you just grind from there, and it was just like, what's the point? I mean, that's just like, the people who sit there and grinded their way up to that point, up until that point, are going to be pissed because they could have just waited an extra day, and instead of spending like 6 or 7 days grinding their way up. It's frustrating, but that's just an MMO for you. We got Warframe right here. I've played a few hours of this game, and it's a fun game. There's just something about these weird sci-fi games, where these weird sci-fi combat games I just haven't gotten into. I don't like Destiny for the same purpose. Like, my brother tried to get me into Destiny, and I just couldn't play it. And then we have some more multiplayer games here. I have played all these, some of them extensively, like Depth. I put a few hours into. Basically, you either play as a scuba diver or a shark. The sharks obviously are trying to kill the scuba divers, and the scuba divers are trying to kill off the sharks while they complete their quests. So it's a common game type for multiplayers. Now, Gigantic, I think it's like a first-person shooter style game or a third-person shooter style game where it's like a capture the flag or King of the Hill style combat-based system. I was just like, meh. Not my type of game. I was gonna play it at one point. I couldn't get the game to load properly because of my old PC at the time. Paladins, I think, is kind of like fuck, I can't remember the name of the game. But a lot of these are just multiplayer games where you play with other people, and I don't remember that game. Oh, I didn't realize I had Uno on the PC. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go past that. I probably ain't going to do a lot of these. These games, I'm not even showing you because I don't want to play them. There's Rocket League. I could do some Rocket League. I'm not a very big competitive gamer, but I do like soccer-style games, and this game is kind of fun. And these were actually games I bought in, like, these little weird packages that come with a bunch of games or whatever, except for a couple of them where I just bought it because I felt like trying it and couldn't ever really get into it. I think a lot of these are like very low resolution games where you don't really do anything. Deck Splash, I don't even know why this is still in here. I got this back when Deck Splash was like free for a little bit, where you just play as the skateboard instead of a skateboarder, and you just ride around and you like paint things with the skateboard, which is kind of weird. Dinosaur games, I played these at one point. They were kind of cute. I don't even know what the hell this game is. Some sort of a weird Egyptian game. Enclave, Gunspell, Creed's Climbing. I tried to play that on the channel. A lot of people had a lot of comments about it. They're like, you're not doing it right. I'm like, do I look like a professional freaking parkour artist? Like, I tried to get into it. It's all parkour. And I was just like, it's fun, but everybody's sitting there judging you based on how you do it. And I was just like, nah, I ain't into that. Moonbase Alpha, I think I tried. I couldn't. It was just not a lot to it. Doesn't look like there's any updates on it. I haven't played it since 2017, but it doesn't look like they've updated it any, so we're probably not going to play that. RC Mini Racers, Snake Blocks. Okay, this was another one that was kind of like that Creativerse. Put about an hour into it, and there was something about it I just didn't like, but it's another one of those games where I'd be willing to try it again. It doesn't look like it's been updated in a long time. 2017, no activity from the developers or anything like that, so I'm not too hopeful that it's been updated any. But if you guys were interested in seeing it, holler at me. And I played this Unturned game. It's cute, but boring. Let's see here. That was random bias. Obviously, I've got 4, 5, and 6 of Resident Evil on the PC. I bought them in a bundle a while back. And then we got Gary's Mon, which I've always wanted to play, but it's one of those games where you have to play in a group. So if I do that, I'll need to find people to play with. And then survival games. So you can see I've got more of these downloaded and set up than anything else. Seven Days to Die, which I was considering doing, but there was something causing the, loading to take forever, so I may or may not do that one. Ark Survival, which you guys have seen quite a bit on the channel, which I'd gladly do some more, maybe even do some modded Ark Survival on the channel. Dead by Daylight, it's another multiplayer game I may consider doing if I get some friends to play with me. Apparently there's a Dead by Daylight Resident Evil edition. That's interesting. Dead Rising 3, which I played a few hours of back when my brother and his friend was playing it. Fallout 4, which it says 3 hours. I think that's exaggerated because I feel like I've only put maybe an hour into this game. I don't know what it is. I used to love Fallout. I played Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, but I think the problem is I just didn't have anything else to play at the time, so I just played them. I mean, they're good games, don't get me wrong. It's just, I get bored. I don't know why. But as far as I can tell, this is a really good game, and I've never given it a chance. But maybe I can, if I force myself to do it while I'm recording, maybe I'll enjoy it more. The Forest, which has had a lot of updates since the last time I really played it. I tried to play it the other day. I didn't really get into it too much, but I'm considering doing a series on the channel. I think there's some modability with this series too. I'm not entirely sure. No Man's Sky is a game I have been yes and knowing about doing on the channel. They do a lot of updates, as you can tell. They did one here in May of 21. No Man's Sky X Mass Effect. I'm not sure what that means. Sky Expeditions, a whole bunch of cool stuff. Alright. But yeah, No Man's Sky is a good game. When it came out, it had so much hype, and then they got shot down because they didn't actually have the multiplayer, which kind of sucked. Okay, and then there's Osiris, which is actually a space exploration game, which I actually am doing for the channel. And then there's Oxygen Not Included, which I'm considering doing for the channel. I haven't 100% decided yet. I've done some for the channel before, but they've updated it a lot. Pixark, I may or may not. There was something about Pixark. It was like they took Minecraft and Ark and threw it together in one game, and then it just kind of ruined both of them. So it wasn't super great. And there's Raft, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to do on the channel. Subnautica, which I've done on the channel extensively, which I won't be doing, but I will be doing Subnautica Below Zero because they released a full game. They released a full game here recently, and the story is completed, and it is fully beatable, and we are going to be playing it on the channel. That's going to happen. And then let's look at the uncategorized games I've added to my collection and just haven't updated. Terra, which is another MMO. I've installed it once and I never played it, so I may or may not play that on the channel, depending on what you guys say. Grounded, which I have been battling myself whether I'm going to do it right away or if I'm going to wait a little bit longer, but the game is awesome. I played quite a bit of it back when it first came out. Me and my brother were the first ones to buy it. We were like, hell yeah, we're buying this game. We started playing it. It's very early alpha. And then I got CSGO here. I've never played it, ever, and I know that's offensive to some people, but I am considering playing it just for fun because a lot of my friends do play it, and a lot of them are like, hey, just don't play it. And I'm just like, why? It's for one, it's addicting as hell. 2, you'll lose your life. 3, it's toxic. I'm just like, yeah, those are all very important notes. And then this is actually something they added. If you own Super Hot, they actually gave you this game for free. Super Hot Mind Control Delete. And I have beat it already in my free time. It's not the same as Super Hot. Super Hot had a direct storyline. This game was just confusing as fuck. And it was short. Really short. As you can tell, I put 36 minutes in it. And that was after doing all the bonus content. So it's really not a very long game. And that would not be very much content for the channel. So I probably won't be doing that. But anyway, guys, that's my current game collection. I do have other I do have other services where I have a bunch of games on them. I have Satisfactory on Epic Game Launchers. I've also considered playing a little bit of Fortnite, probably not competitively, just for fun. And, just a few various other things that we could do on the channel. I'm trying to think. this video has been going on for a while, so I'm not going to keep rattling on. As you can see, there are a few games I do have installed right now, but we're not going to get too much into that right now because I want to keep some of it a surprise. But if you guys have any suggestions on games I should play or games I should buy, because I do plan on buying Resident Evil 8, that is a guaranteed. I also plan on playing some Switch games on the channel. I know that that's gonna be copyright hell, because Nintendo's a fucking ass. I actually planned on doing some emulation on the channel too, so if there's some old games you'd love to see on the channel from, like, say, PS3 down, I'm down to give them a try, because I watched this video the other day of emulators that are actually functional, and they've got PS3, Nintendo Switch, GameCube, Wii, Xbox Original, and I think Xbox 360 are both functioning. I think the only consoles that aren't functioning as far as emulators are Xbox One and the X series and the PS4 and 5. I think any other console is emulatable, and I think this PC should be able to handle most of them. I don't know that for a fact, but it's worth a try. So if you guys want to see any emulation, holler at me. I know there's a bunch of Switch games I wouldn't mind playing that I never got to, and since I found out that you can actually emulate them, I'm probably going to play them. But I think I'm going to have to wrap up the video here, guys. It is running a bit long, and I'm going to try to shorten my videos. The videos I've already done are not exactly short, so I'm going to try to work on that. I'm going to try to keep a timer set aside so that way I can, actually do that. But for now, guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give a big old thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell down below to let you know when I upload videos to YouTube. Also, it's hard to forget my old outros, but yeah, if you guys have anything to say, be sure to leave it down in the comments. But that's going to have to do it for me, guys. So I'll see all your beautiful faces in the next video.